Citroen's classy, glassy Grand C4 Spacetourer aims to offer the most practical, the most versatile and the most elegant solution to families shopping in the 7-seat mid-sized MPV segment. It's a sector aimed at those who need either a big boot or the option to take more than 5 folk, but don't want the sheer size and expense of a large segment people carrier. If that's you, then you'll find that this now more efficient and sophisticated French contender takes care of the basics of space, safety and cost effectiveness with ease. But where this model really excels is in the other things: style, technology and a very emotive feel. By people carrying standards, it's a bit special.
On the move in a Grand C4 Spacetourer, the driving experience is a little bit different from what it would be in other rival family MPVs. There isn't much fun to be had in terms of driving dynamics, but in compensation, you float over road imperfections, you marvel at the unusually hushed levels of refinement, and you enjoy the benefits of a commanding driving position, which is a huge help at roundabouts or when parking. And with this panoramic screen, makes it seem like you're suddenly viewing the world in high definition. Under the bonnet, a lot has changed since this car's original launch, Citroen having updated all its mainstream engines in recent times. The volume Blue HDI diesel power plant is now 1.5 rather than 1.6 litres in size, but the 130 horsepower output is slightly higher than before. The 2-litre Blue HDI diesel option gets a slight power hike too, to 160 HP, which is a package that we've chosen to try here, one capable of up to 60.1 mpg on the combined cycle and up to 123 grams per kilometre of CO2. Elsewhere in the range, the efficient 1.2-litre 3-cylinder PureTech petrol engine continues, but only in 130 HP form. There's a fresh auto transmission option too. The jerky old 6-speed EAT6 self-shifter finally ditched in favour of a much smoother 8-speed EAT8 unit, which is optional with the 230 horsepower power plants and which is standard on this top Blue HDI 160 diesel. Citroen is a brand with a heritage in design flair. A huge proportion of this vehicle's budget was lavished on aesthetics inside and out, with the result being a futuristic take on family transport that instantly makes almost everything else in the sector look dull and derivative. We liked it back at this model's original launch in 2014, and with its current Grand C4 Spacetourer badging, this Gallic MPV remains an eye-catching thing. That certainly seems to be Citroen's perspective, because the French maker hasn't really made any significant styling changes in all the time this particular design's been on sale. The aesthetics still get your attention with a distinctive 3-tiered light signature and a windscreen that flows right up into the roofline. Okay, let's take a seat up front, at which point the first thing your Citroen salesperson will show you is this panoramic windscreen. Push up this sun visor and your normal upward 28-degree angle of vision is increased to a massive 108 degrees. I also really like the optional rear-facing conversation mirror, which is there to give an unimpeded view of exactly which child has just stuffed its sticky sweet into your 12-volt socket. So, how will those children fare once they're installed rearwards and ready to plug their gaming equipment into one of the 3 12-volt sockets scattered around the car? Well, pull open the rear doors that open wide to a 65-degree angle for excellent access, and it certainly looks pretty spacious. With comfort that you can properly appreciate thanks to a proper seating arrangement. Now, unlike many people carriers, this one doesn't position the unfortunate middle rear passenger with legs astride a central transmission tunnel and perched on some hard and narrow piece of bulging foam. Instead, there's a completely flat floor here and a rear cabin seating area which is made up of 3 separate, identically sized chairs, all with Isofix child seat mountings, and they can all be reclined and folded flat independently of one another. Avoid entry-level trim and you'll find that they can be slid backwards and forwards too. So, time to look at the area of this car that sets it apart from its 5-seater C4 Spacetourer showroom stablemate. That's a third seating row. Citroen reckons that it's class-leadingly spacious back here, but that still doesn't mean that it'll be especially comfortable for two tall adults on a long trip. Having said that, though, we really do need to be fair about this. No mid-sized MPV of just 4.6 metres in length is going to be able to offer that. On the plus side, the fact that the second seating row has the widest sliding range in the segment means that if you are travelling 7 up, it'll be easier to tailor the cabin to the needs and heights of your various occupants. So finally, let's check out boot space. The relatively restricted luggage space with all the seats in use won't regularly be an issue for most likely buyers, given that much of the time they'll be using this car with the third row chairs folded into the floor. If you do that, you'll find that no other mid-sized MPV can match what is the widest cargo area in the segment, stretching 1.17 metres between the wheel arches. As a result, with all 3 sliding middle row chairs pushed right back, there's 632 litres on offer. Push them all forward and that figure rises to 793 litres. Where this Citroen spaciousness really is impressive, though, is when you're able to fold both second and third row seating to use all the luggage space it can offer. That's a full 2,181 litres. So, how to summarise when it comes to Citroen's conquest of space? Well, this contender won't suit buyers prioritising sharp driving dynamics, but these people are in an extreme minority in this segment. Most, in search of a modern people carrier, prioritise practicality, running costs and clever design. If as here they can have all that with class-leading style and technology thrown in, then so much the better. The second generation Grand C4 Picasso MPV developed this proposition, and this Grand C4 Spacetourer model has further sharpened it with the well-judged package of improvements we've been reviewing here. Now, if that sounds appealing and you're in the market for a model like this one, then we think you'll find a lot here that you'll like.